When we were first back in workshop together after the pandemic, I finally got to hear in real time with the live people what was working and what wasn't working. I got to know their voices very well. I could sit with them for hours and say, how is this line sitting for you? They would come to me and say, can you change some of these notes? So it's a very detailed, intricate, collaborative process.
As far as the interludes go, I wanted to show the passing of time, but it's also to show the beauty of nature and the farm, and we have some gorgeous projections to show that there's this other side to this pretty harrowing family story.
Seems like this place is swallowing everyone up.
Landscape is such a huge element in the book, these 1,000 acres. Everywhere that Ginny looks when she is on the farm is her father's land. And I wanted to find a way to bring that idea into the production. And I invited Luke Cantarella to design both set and projections. Then we thought that we would create some video elements of the story that represented Ginny's memories that she is struggling to recall, since memory and the idea of fractured memory is so much a part of the storytelling. We have these wonderful mirror walls on the side of the stage that reflect everything that you see. It's a fractured lens that we look through.
One of the fun parts of this space is getting to turn around and cue over your shoulder. It's also kind of terrifying the first time you do it, but this is my 25th main stage production here. So I really like being in the action. Conducting is always about that perfect balance between objectivity and staying mentally alert and poised, but also being able to bring out the feelings.
Ginny is on a voyage of self-rediscovery, and this is the memory of the abuse that she suffered at the hands of her father. And as she uncovers more about her past, she begins to realize that nothing is quite what it seemed, which is actually the journey of the opera.
It was just remarkable how going into the process, I'm like, oh, Ginny, get it together, lady. You know, come on. Speak up for yourself, you know, get some courage. And then I realized, wow, through this whole process, she's actually the bravest of all of them. And the true love story is between she and her sister. We had worked with an intimacy coordinator, which was really great. They gave us the tools that we needed to stop when we needed to. It's a supportive, loving cast. So when I did break down, you know, everybody was like, take your time, and I would run away for 5 minutes and have a cry. Because if I don't go there, then it could happen on stage, and it can't happen on stage because you can't sing and cry.
The trust that Elise and I have is really important because it's really, you know, it's really sensitive material. The first time where I attack her, it was really hard on Elise. We had to stop, and she had to gather herself, and that's a terrible thing to make your friend cry, but that's where we had to go. Here was a man who was regarded in the community as a pillar and an incredibly successful farmer. Yet underneath all of this, there's just a chasm of terror, you know?
There is a huge demand on every single one of us to be able to sing these notes and to count these rhythms. Also for Maestro Neely to keep the orchestra together. The Monopoly scene in Act 1 is so stressful because we're actually playing the game of Monopoly as it is written in the libretto, making the moves, moving the pieces, rolling the dice, doing all the things, while also counting and also trying to tell the story. And the brain is doing so many things. If you don't think it looks hard, then we've actually really done our job. And then that's a really good thing.